Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to be playing some games with Nahiri. I just climbed, I think it was from 81 to 65 with these two games. Spoiler, I won them both. I wanted to briefly just bring up, I'm wondering if you guys think that the matchmaking in this game is rigged, because I jokingly say that sometimes, but there's too many videos on my channel. I mean, it's not just anecdotal, like one-time garbage. You can go back through over 200 videos at this point on my channel, and there's so many videos where I versed the same exact Spellslinger back to back right after I switched to because I switch Spellslingers all the time for the content, right? And it just feels like I'm just, and most of the time it feels like it's in my favor, but it happens way too frequently. And I wanted to bring up something about this meta that we're in. And if you guys want me to make like maybe a short like 5-10 minute video just talking about the meta and what I think the cards that I don't think you should be running right now in the meta from like a strategical standpoint, I bring it up in the games, so I won't go over it again. But the gist of it is there's a lot of cards that are just too tempo negative, and the meta is just way too fast to be running things like that, and it really puts itself on full display in game 2. So anyway, with that all being said, I wanted to play some Nahiri today, and I built the deck in such a way that it gave me an edge against a few things. Okay, so I would like to run a little bit of a haste package, or a lot of a haste package, in my aggro and mid-range list. So that's why I have the Sky Legionnaire. Minotaur is just OP, Ball Lightning, Raging Goblin, Recruit, Inferno, because he's also really good with the Stoneforge Blades, Elemental, Zozu, all these guys, okay? And the reason for that is it gives you a hedge against being board wiped. And it allows you to just come back immediately and sometimes attack for game. And that's another reason why I like this land so much, because you can basically stockpile these things and just have like really bursty turns, and your opponent in the back of their mind knows that you have them in your hand, and a lot of times you don't even use these immediately, and it really warps how your opponent plays the game and limits their options. So the other thing is I usually play flyers with Nahiri, but you can't do that in this meta because the flyers, their bodies aren't good enough. And so if you're versing something else that's aggressive, it doesn't matter if you have evasion, if you have to start chumping with them to not die. This can be mitigated a bit with like bounce effects, stun effects, stuff like that. It's just that the meta is so riddled with aggression, the likelihood that you'll be able to do that consistently is very low, and it's not really viable. Oath of the Paladin is only in here because I want Divine Smite as a guaranteed piece of interaction early on. I don't care about the first card at all. I don't care about the second card at all. I just want to know that I'm going to have a Divine Smite early. That's what makes Oath of the Paladin good. It's not Ore of Courage. Ore of Courage is dookie. Divine Smite's the broken part about it. Shields up, I wanted to try and force certain interactions with the Stoneforge Blades and have opponents think that they were making a favorable trade, or answering the thing that got the Stoneforge Blade, and surprise them with the shields up. And also I'm running Untested Rookie. So I like having those two in conjunction, and that's been a thing since the Dritz meta. Then we have the Raging Goblin, again for haste. Thalia, because if you play it before a board wipe turn, you're just going to win the game. And so her in conjunction with all the hasting things gives you a lot of edge against control. Devoted Steed just changes battle math, which is great. Frontline Paladin, I wanted to test this in here because if you give it a Stoneforge Blade, it becomes a 2-drop 3/3 with armor. So basically a 3-drop 3/3 with armor after you make the investment, right? And the idea was to have it fight the opposing board very well. And so you wanted to shut down other Nahiris, other Chandras, other Angris, stuff like that. Shortcutter, again, if your opponent goes wide, they invest too much resource into like one body, they're just going to die, or you can just disrupt the amount of blockers that they think they have and get game. Recruit, same thing as Paladin, it's just also reach because it has haste, doesn't have as good of a defense, but it's really the armor that makes it so good. Nahiri's Outburst performed extremely well. Basically, it always costs 3 because you have the Stoneforge Blade to have its effect happen. but I figured there was enough things that I could outburst with the power level of the cards in the deck. Like Minotaur, for example, goes up to 6. So this with Minotaur out is kills anything with 6 defense, and so and you were hoping to win about that like mid game point. So I thought it would be good enough, and also notably it gets under Remand and Absorb, which is really cool. And let's see, Ball Lightning is just mega reach, right? Blitz Minotaur's reach, Legionnaire's reach, Willful Smith just makes everything even crazier. Inferno isn't just evasion and reach, it's also card advantage, because after you play Willful Smith and give it a dagger, there's like 1 or 2 artifacts that have cost 5, and so your chances of getting Wizard Spellbook is really high. And then we have Zozu for more reach, and then we have Firespout Elemental because it'll most likely take 2 things to kill it, and it's just an absolute monster. So yeah, that's the deck I played today. I had a lot of fun. Matchmaking's just been really weird lately, or not lately, it's kind of just been a thing where I'll see the same thing over and over again in the same video. But yeah, I think it really demonstrates where we're at in the meta, and it really demonstrates how I went from like 1700-ish to I was like low 1700s to top 10 with the Teferi list that I built. And you know, it's titled All Business because it had like no slow cards in it whatsoever, and this really showcases why you can't run any slow cards anymore, because the meta is just going to punish you really hard, at least not in this meta. I think the way that they should fix that is they should give control like really strong tools, like maybe like a 5 or 6 drop card that gives like -3/-3. They need like a white spell that's like, for this much mana you can kill anything with this power or lower, stuff like that, to really try and fight a little bit better. But until then, until control can't check aggro, then you kind of ruin like the dynamics of like basic card games. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll finally shut up and get into it. Okay, we're going up against Jace. The Stoneforge blades can really help us get through certain key blockers that they have, like Turtle. If I draw a Paladin or Recruit, those will be excellent for dealing with Crab, because I can push through and keep the board presence. So I think we're most certainly favored here. By how much, I'm not exactly sure. This is just gas. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. This is just gas. 3 hasters and a booster. I'll take it. In mind.
Ready to get crushed?
I hope they are ready to get crushed.
What do you fight for?
I really hope they just pass here. If they don't, I will just play this, and then I had a feeling if I draw shields up, then I might just go Steed. Outburst. Okay. Well, let's just do this. Keep our mana gem. I can buff this next turn with a dagger, or I can go Steed and buff it. But yeah, I was really, if they didn't have this, I think we're just in a much better spot. Wow, man, they really drew like really Wally, you know, which is not cool. So if I go Shortcutter, I can make this not able to block. Well, actually, I'll make this not able to block, and then I will, no, yeah, this, and then I will put a dagger. No, I said it right the first time. Look, this is what we're doing. So we're gonna make it to where this can't block, and then we're gonna do this.
Don't break it.
See if they want to give this up, but I doubt it. I think they're just gonna take 4. That's fine. But now they have to interact with this. It's probably gonna be repulse, so that they can attack with this. Very Wally start from the opponent. That's pretty much like a dream start for them. If they attack with this, I will certainly take it. Didn't think so. Trying to decide. if I'm Minotaur, Minotaur's gonna get blocked here, then I can't swing with anything else. If I Steed on this, then this can attack and not die. That's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna go like this. I don't care if this dies. I can swing with multiple things. Now they could trade and just eat this, but then the next time I attack, this will get cleared. And I still 1-for-1 there. So. I like this much more. Yeah, really ideal start for the opponent, unfortunately. And I can't believe they're running Maniac garbage. That's really obnoxious. I will gladly block. They're gonna hold up Remand. So if I can, I'm gonna develop this in another cheap thing. They're just making it more likely I draw cheap things, unless they're just playing this not to overdraw soon.
Have I got a deal for you?
Okay. Okay. I'm going to take this opportunity to... Zozu's wrong. Because it's only going to push one more damage. This is actually correct. Is Shortcutter correct? It's actually Minotaur and making this have 3 defense. That's the correct play.
You won't stand alone.
I really just want to optimize my damage.
We'll go right through them.
I'm probably going to save Zozu for turn 6 so I can shortcut her in Zozu on the same turn. So next turn might be Firespout. Depends if they hold up 2 mana or not for Remand.
No quarter!
Yeah, so now my board's pretty threatening. That is fantastic. I'm really happy to see this. Keeps them further away from development and also potential board wipes. And it's just not good for them. I've got about 2 turns before I need to put them in, like, death range here. Okay, if you're gonna draw, why wouldn't you play this and draw, see what your options are before you play this? This person just doesn't know what they're doing. But that might not stop them from winning, though, which is unfortunate, but that's just how it be. That's Remand. That's really good for me, actually. It's really good for me. I can put one of these in now. And then I can do this.
Take up arms.
No quarter!
Okay. This dies to Infest, but they don't really have anything else to do for the turn, so I'm just going to go as wide as possible.
Stand back, everyone!
And I can Divine Smite something in my way in Nahiri's Outburst, so I can remove basically 2 things and attack for game. Yeah, I don't care. So...
Have I got a deal for you?
I've got a deal for you.
Have you tried
Not
turning
gonna
it
do it,
off
buddy.
and on again?
Not gonna do it. Garbage Maniac. Give me more cards, dude. That's it.
Don't break it. Burn! Burn!
Figures.
That's what they get for playing main.
I got this.
I do not feel bad for them at all. Okay, so is this the same guy? I don't know why in my videos sometimes it makes me think there's something going on with the matchmaking, because there's too many times when I record, like you can go back and I have well over 200 videos on my channel at this point. You can go back and look at how many times I've played and how many times I've played and I've gotten the same Spellslinger 2 games in a row. It's really obnoxious.
Let's see what you have in mind.
Ready to get crushed?
What do you fight for?
I'm gonna check right now on my video and see if this is the... Hopefully this isn't too much for my computer to handle at once. Everything's slow. Okay, we're going up against Jace. No, it's literally a different Jace running Maniac. So that also started with turn 1 Crab. There's nothing sus about this at all. Well, you know what? It worked out well the first time. So yeah, it just makes me think sometimes there's something going on with the matchmaking. I'm not saying that's the case, but that's really fishy, man. It happens so often on the channel. It's not like this one anecdotal experience. It's like documented on my channel. This happens all the time. Literally happened in yesterday's video with 2 Lilianas in a row. Now I get that there were different archetypes of Liliana, but I doubt the matchmaking is like that specific, you know. If I dagger here, am I gonna dagger there?
Catch.
I want to see if I can get this trade. I would like to get this trade. Okay, now this makes it to where I think I just... It looks weird, but I want the armor on the board.
Right behind you. Follow my lead.
I didn't want them to get a block here. I do 2 damage. Then they have a 3/1 crab that's still not... Like, I want the board clear in the future for these haste creatures. That's a really big deal. People don't understand how big of a deal it is to have the board clear. Okay, so that let me know that they don't have remand, so now I can go Minotaur and just attack. Doesn't change anything. And this is like the old build with Constrictors. Taking this opportunity when they don't have remand to gain some tempo by playing the Minotaur now. And they more than likely are going to have another crab after this, since they have both of these out already. They might regret that. If they go crab, I can outburst it and attack again. Outburst also dodges remand, which is pretty cool. There's the crab I spoke of.
Don't break it.
If there's negate, there's negate, you know?
Burn!
Definitely remand. Alright, now you can take 8 or you can start making some trades. That's what I thought.
No quarter.
I knew he was going to take that one. I knew he wouldn't be able to mentally deal with losing his entire board. What that also tells me, though, is that he doesn't have Infest. Oh, no, he can't have Infest. He already showed me a splash. It's white. It's the classic, classic Maniac build. Oh, yeah, this is beyond classic. That is so, like, negative tempo. Like, this is the kind of crap you can't run in this meta. I don't know. Maybe would you guys like me to make a video about what not to do in this meta? Because I think it might be needed. I don't think development here is wrong.
We both have a temper.
I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna incentivize a block here to keep this alive. And that's basically the same thing as me playing another creature. And now my future daggers are bigger. So I think that was weird, but I think it's gonna be nice. Especially if it gets a suits up in the future. Or shields up. I don't know why I always say suits up. Playing too much Marvel Snap. And that's not true. I can barely play that game. Last season I got like 400 cubes, but I dropped down to like rank 10 because I hadn't played in like 2 months. And after I gain so many cubes, I'm just so tired of playing the game. Like I know I'm never gonna be that guy that gets 300 cubes per season from 70 to infinite every single season. It's just too much. I don't want to play anything that much. At least like while I have a primary game like Spellslingers already. Yeah, and I can Legionnaire for 6 if I suspect they don't have Remand, right? Okay, well. I'd really like some more haste creatures though. Oh, that's a haste creature. This is 4. This allows me to develop something else as well, so I will play this instead.
My lance is yours.
Take up arms!
This is another damage, so I think it's better than Paladin right now. This is susceptible to Drain Bloods and such, and shocks that could be found by the Scepter. So I'm going to put it here because I don't want to spread it out onto something that's susceptible to removal.
Time to strike.
Yeah. And this is exactly why I run more haste creatures, and the same reason I like to do this in my Vivian list, because you just have hasters and they die to them.
A competition? How have you seen?
Don't break it.
This is how you beat control of Vivian.
I live to win.
That was so.
But yeah, garbage deck. You simply cannot lose tempo like this in this meta. You just can't do it.
Absolutely.
Alright guys, that'll do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.